Hi guys, Blaze here. It is June now, I believe. Almost 2/3 of the way through June, or pretty much exactly that. Sorry for the been away for so long type thing, but I've been doing exams, as I'm sure most of you can sympathise with, although I only had 3, so they didn't really... I'm sure some of you have had almost 3 or 4, maybe even 5 times as much as that. But anyway, so yeah, that's why I've been gone for so long. I haven't really been doing a lot. That, and I've been watching a shit ton of anime, kind of what I do when I'm not doing videos or talking to people. So, yeah, let's get into what I picked up. I picked up quite a lot of stuff for the first half of June. So let's get into it. We'll start off with something completely random. I bought YuGiOh Bonds Beyond Time, which, for the looks of the cover at least, as I didn't really know much about this before buying it, because I thought I was buying the original YuGiOh movie on Blu-ray, because I didn't really look into it too much. But no, this seems to be a crossover movie between the 3 series, YuGiOh and the other 2, of which I have no idea what they are. Well, I kind of do, but I forgot the names. But anyway, I haven't watched this yet. It was really, really cheap, so I decided to pick it up anyway, because I was randomly decided to watch some episodes of YuGiOh and was having an absolute massive laugh while watching it, because that show is fantastically stupid. So yeah, and I decided to get some Blu-ray high definition stupid fun. So yeah, YuGiOh. Next we got some Funimation stuff I picked up. Let's do these in order. Part 3 and Part 4 of Toriko from Toei Animation and Funimation. I believe this takes us up to episode 50, as it does. Yeah, so that's the first 4 parts of Toriko. The series is currently just in the first steps of the 100 episode mark. I think it's like 110, give or take, around that sort of area. So we don't actually know how much Funimation have licensed, because the way licensing works, as I'm sure many of you are aware already, is that while Funimation have the license to Toriko, they don't have the license to all of Toriko so far. They pay a certain amount and then they release it and dub. So basically they got 50 episodes, because there's no Toriko Part 5 on the horizon. I'm hopeful they'll get more, but I haven't seen the show yet, so I don't know if it's bad or good. I've heard pretty good things. I've not heard exponentially amazing things, but it's Toei Animation and it's Shonen. It's they've basically got the One Piece formula down pretty well, and I'm thinking, obviously this is a completely different story based off a completely different manga, but I'm thinking that they can probably do a similar job, assuming the source material is obviously maybe not up to the standards of One Piece, but as long as it's good, I feel confident enough that Toei will produce something worth watching, at least, at the bare minimum. So yeah, I picked up the last 2 parts of Toriko, and yeah, I haven't actually even watched the first episode yet, but I've got all 4 parts they put out so far, and like I say, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm hopeful they'll put out a part 5, but since Shonens are quite cool, but we'll wait and see, because I don't know if it's any good or not, but I'm confident it will be. Anyway, next up, I picked up a limited edition set. This is This a Zombie? Which is a strange little show. This is the first season. It's got 12 episodes, and there's also the first episode of an OVA, which kind of like is essentially the 13th episode here, and then the next episode is episode 0 of the second season, hence why it's not in the set, because Funimation already have the second season license, and I think they're releasing it sometime later this year. This is a harem, but it's actually kind of good. I like most harems. Like, I don't mind them. I watch them. I watch them for a reason, because sometimes I just need dumb stuff. Like I'm watching Girls Bravo at the moment. It's way more explicit than I thought it was going to be. Not that that really matters too much. You know, I'm a grown adult. I can take it. But it's kind of like sometimes I just need to be able to switch my brain off and just watch some dumb show, like seriously dumb. And like I was expecting that with Is This a Zombie, and it was actually better than I thought it was going to be. It's quite gory. It's got it's not your normal harem at all. Like it's got quite an interesting story. It's not overly epic because it's a harem, lest we forget. But it's got some nice action scenes in it, and it's the whole concept of the show is far more interesting than anything I've seen in a harem for a very long time. So yeah, if you haven't seen Is This a Zombie, I'd highly recommend checking it out. This is DVD only, in case you can't quite tell from the box size or whatever. But it's got a really cool cover, as you can see, and this I can happy to report does not rub off. I don't know how they printed it, because I'm not a graphic designer, But yeah, you don't have to worry about glitter getting rubbed off all the time. It's impossible to rub off, so, well, I'm sure you could try, but wouldn't recommend it. Anyway, so that's that. Next thing I picked up is Venus vs. Virus. This is an ADV show. I've wanted to get this for a long time because the art box is super cool. I just really like the almost comic book, and I know mangas are essentially comic books in Japan, but I just, minus like the anime eyes and obviously the anime girls, all that, if you kind of like just check out the design of the logos and stuff, it reminds me of a comic book design you get from an American comic. Yeah, it's just it's a very nice art box, and you guys know that I like my art boxes, so I decided to pick up this series, not solely based on that, although if I'm honest, quite a considerable amount was based on that. But it's got girls with guns, which I like, and it's also got like a dark, more gothic type thing. I'm not sure if it's got vampires in it, I can't remember, but it seemed like it was okay. Like, to be honest, the trailer didn't exactly blow me away, but it was quite cheap, and I've always liked the art box, so I decided to pick it up anyway because I'm a sucker. Alright, next up I picked up from Sony. This is Kurozuka. And I probably butchered that, but anyway, this is vampires. This is time travel of sorts, not really, because vampires live forever. So, but it has significant time skips in it, so it's not time travel, but there is a significant amount of time taken between certain parts of this 12-episode series. This is one of the DVD-R releases that Sony Entertainment Pictures put out. So you get brain not working. There was 3 of them, but basically they're just only dubbed. There's no Japanese subtitles or anything there, but the quality of the DVDs is pretty good. Like, I was more than impressed, but at the same time they are still reasonably expensive for what they are, considering they are already DVD-R releases, so, and they're region free, and there's no Japanese language, so no subtitles, like I said. So for what they are, they should probably be cheaper, but they are fully dubbed, so in that way, it's a difficult thing. But basically, I thought this show was awesome. I'm very glad I picked it out. Gothliquin, whose link I'll put in the description box since I mentioned her. Go and subscribe to her. I like her very much. She makes great videos, and I've been chatting to her on Skype, and it's been awesome. So yeah, go and check her out. Okay, so the Kurozuka is a great series, and she recommended it, and I absolutely loved it. So most recommendations she's given me have been fantastic. We have a quite similar taste. So yeah, Kurozuka, highly recommended. And if you were worried about the Sony DVD-R thing, as you can see, the discs are pretty darn blank. But yeah, basically it's a pretty good release. It's not really super budget, other than the on-disc content, which kind of is. Okay, and then I got 4 things from Sentai Filmworks. So we'll start off with the subtitle-only one. This is Yozakura Quartet, which I've always been in love with this cover. I haven't seen this show. It seems like an action, supernatural type thing. It's got demons, from what the back of the thing says. But I haven't really looked overly into it, other than I know it kind of looked cool in terms of style, and the box. This is one of my favourite ever DVD covers. It's awesome. I really like this DVD cover. If you're going to put a girl on the cover, make her look badass, and she looks pretty cool with the red eyes and that. So yeah, Yozakura Quartet. This is, like I said, the subtitle only release from Sentai Filmworks. Sentai Filmworks have started to dub some of their stuff, and it's putting me off going in and raiding some of their subtitle stuff, which I've been wanting to do for a while. But I've decided I'm just going to do it anyway, and then if something gets dubbed, I'm only going to buy it, because if it gets dubbed, normally it gets Blu-ray. So it's basically like, for an example, Nyankoi went from subtitle only DVD to dub and Blu-ray. So it's quite a significant jump. So it does put me off a little bit, but we'll wait and see. Anyway, Yozakura Quartet. Very nice. Okay, next up we've got something I've been wanting to see for so long. Ever since they announced it, and ever since they put it out, I've been meaning to buy it, and I haven't, because I've been not buying Sentai Filmworks stuff, as I've mentioned in the past. But I finally started to do that. I actually have more Sentai Filmworks stuff to show you. I was waiting to come. I've had most of this stuff for about 3 or 4 days, but I was waiting for 2 more things to come. But they haven't arrived yet, so I thought I'd just do this now. But anyway, yeah, Book of Bantora Part 1 and Part 2. This is a dubbed release by Sentai Filmworks, but unfortunately it only got DVD, but we'll take what we're given. It seems like a supernatural action show, mature, or at least mature designs anyway. And it looks pretty awesome. I'd like to tell you more about it, but honestly I don't know much about it, so we'll just read what that says on the back, shall we? Welcome to the Library of Bantora, where the past is an open book. I watched the trailer and have pretty much forgotten the main plot points of this show, other than the trailer impressed me, and I have always wanted to see this show because it just looked cool. Yeah, I won't go on about something I don't know too much about. So yeah, that's the Book of Bantora. And finally, Sentai Filmworks Blu-ray, I picked up Heaven's Memo Pad. I was interested in this show because of the NEET thing, N-E-E-T, which is not in education, employment or training, is basically what that means. It's a term used in Japan. I don't think it's used anywhere else, but it was a term used to describe Sato from Welcome to the NHK, which is the main character. And like, while that's it's a concept that's kind of like, just, I don't know, just that small miniature little connection made me interested in this show, and the colours kind of cool. But apparently it's a supernatural detective mystery type thing, so it's not really what I thought it was going to be, but I don't know, it sounds interesting enough, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. And that's everything I picked up for the first half of June, which is a considerable amount. I don't know how much I'll be picking up for the rest of June. Well, I know there'll at least be 6 things, so you can look forward to that. 6 things or 7 things. Actually, I've got quite a few things coming, and some more Sentai Filmworks stuff, and yeah, it's pretty much all Sentai Filmworks. So anyway, until then, I'll see you next time.